Like if you're a founder doing the research on who's led rounds recently in the last year, how can you tell who's a lead and who's just a participant? Like a lot of times it's just a portfolio page.
You can figure it out. Things like Crunchbase are helpful, but there are places to go where you can figure out who the leads are. The other thing is like, honestly, it is where having like a good network of CEO friends and founders is like incredibly helpful to say like, oh, hey, they're invested in this company. Do you know who led it? And then you can connect them and ask. What I would say is like your time is really well spent doing that if you're raising, because it's really easy to spend a lot of time and diligence chasing stuff down and then realize that, oh, this was never going to happen anyway. Right. And that is super frustrating, which is why like transparency wins and that stuff. It's like, hey, look, certainly at our fund size now, we're not going to lead. What you want from lead investors is actually different than participating investors. Like for us, you want to know that like we're going to help if we can help, and we're going to not be a pain in the ass. And like that is great. When you're talking to a lead, you want to know that they have like really independent conviction about your idea, right? Like it is true that a thing that I always hated when raising money is like the power of social proof. Why do you care so much what other people are doing? Just shut up. If you like it and you like me, let's write a check. And the truth is, on the other side of it, you're like, well, gosh, all of these smart folks are investing. There's multiple connection points. Like you can't help it if you're in our case, in our position now, where it's like that tilts you in the favor of doing it. From a lead, it's a little different, right? If you're a lead, like you almost can't rely on some social proof. And so you need someone who is all about independent conviction. And I'm going to actually write a check to you when 10 other people have passed. If we had a much bigger fund, if we had a much, much bigger fund, which we may or may not have someday for lead investments, that would be the bar of like, dudes, we're not doing this without great conviction. Yeah. And with this, it's like, hey, we love the person or we love the market. Sure, there's some other great investors in there. Like you can get to conviction quick and then you can make a lot of bets, but that is a different strategy than if you're whatever Floodgate, they're going to try to do 13 investments a year and all of them they're going to lead. It's just you're in a different seat.